Hi there, banjo lovers. It's Pat Terry Jr. and I'm going to play a few songs for you. Actually, quite a few songs for you. They say I can take an hour and make it feel like an entire 60 minutes. But anyway, we're going to play a few songs here, and let's go on with Jada. Okay, well, I just want to tell you that a few years back, my dad and I played at Radio City Music Hall, and there was a show there. It was called A Tribute to Stephen Foster, and we played a few of those songs at that time. So I'd like to start off with Camptown Races. much. Hold the applause down for the end when I so desperately need it. Anyway, Bill Bailey, won't you please come home? Alrighty, so some people might know that a lot of the New Orleans songs, Dixieland songs, jazz tunes, were originally old gospel songs, and they were revamped and used as Dixieland jazz songs, like for instance this one here. Now, you know, different types of banjo have their different popular songs, songs that people always come up and request. Now, if it's, for instance, a five-string banjo, or even not a five-string banjo, people always come up and ask for dueling banjos. And with four-string banjos, tenor and plectrum, so forth, people kind of expect you to play bye-bye blues. But no matter what kind of Dixieland you play, there's one song that's always requested, and I get a laugh because I played at a club once that had a sign on the wall, and it says, request $5, Saints $50. So the Saints Go Marching In was a really popular song, and I really never minded playing it because it's a great song. Alrighty then. So, a few years back, I got to play a special song in a Gothic architecture church. It was kind of like a cathedral thing, and the acoustics were outstanding. You know how it is in these big places where the reverberations and the acoustics are fantastic. Well, I played the song, and at the time, it really sounded like you were in a recording studio, and they made it just perfect. But I'm going to play this same song right now for you that I played back then. And by the way, this is the banjo that I used to play it. This is one of my dad's banjos, and so that made it special. Okay, here we go. And then there's the old Jewish folk song that's known throughout the world. It's called Zena, Zena, Zena. Okay. Okay. Well, we're having fun now. Hey, you know, my dad and I worked at Walt Disney World for a long, long time, since 1971 actually, when they first opened. And we did a lot of convention shows at the Contemporary Hotel and all different venues on the property. But that was throughout the week in the nighttime. In the daytime, we were the Disney's strolling banjo duo. And we would stroll, playing the banjo, strolling, walking around, entertaining the people from Liberty Square to Frontierland, from Town Square down Main Street to from the castle and Fantasyland. We played all over the park. And we used to have these songs which we kind of designated as traveling songs, you know, that we would play as we strolled along. And this was one of them that we used way down yonder in New Orleans. So then we were down the street. And, you know, in our shows we used to say, now here is the song that all of you can't wait to hear. It's our last number. But in this case, because this is kind of a long show, it's not my last number. But I would like to do it for you, despite it's a little bit cliche, but it's also iconic as far as four-string banjo players go. And I'm sure you'll recognize it after I play it a little while. Sure. Okay, well, that was my old Kentucky home. Oh, just kidding. Okay, so I'll catch my breath, put some new batteries in the banjo so I can crank it up again. So my dad had a band at a club in Boston, and it was called Cathedral. And that's not easy to say, but he had a band there. It was a six-piece Dixieland band, and he was the leader. And the trombone player used to kid him all the time because he used to do sing-alongs, and of course the crowd loved to do sing-alongs. Back then they knew all the words to the songs. And because we did it almost every show, the trombone player says, "All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the world-famous Pat Terry medley." And of course it's just regular songs, but it was kind of funny that he would make a big shtick out of it, and these were kind of the songs he would play. Thank you, please. Thank you very much. Okay, well, I started playing the banjo when I was 6 years old. 6 years old. And when I was 10, I played my first television show, and there was like a riverboat themed TV show, and they wanted me to play either one of these two songs, either Roll On Mississippi, Roll On, or Waiting for the Robert E. Lee. And I didn't know either one. But my dad said, no worries, you're gonna learn a song. So we got together and we decided I'm gonna learn Roll On, Mississippi, Roll On. So I did, and I went to do the show. And when I got there, they said, well, we were really thinking of you doing the other one, Waiting for the Robert E. Lee. And I said to myself, oh no, I learned the wrong song. Anyway, so what I'm going to do for you now is I'm going to play both of them, because I've since learned them by then, from then. Okay, so along the way I did an album which was called Pat Terry Jr. All Jazzed Up, and there was a bunch of traditional jazz songs, which is a whole story in itself, because I was, after my dad retired, they hired me to play with the Pearly Band in the Magic Kingdom, which was, at the time, they were playing all traditional jazz songs. Now, my repertoire didn't include those at the time, so in about 2 weeks' time, I learned all these trad songs, and I liked them so much that I recorded an album subsequently of them. And this was one of them, which I really liked. And actually, I ended the album with this, on side one, that is. Well, there's another iconic banjo song, and I don't know if you knew this or not, but back in the 50s, there was a TV show called Lassie, and then in the 60s, there was a TV show called Lost in Space, and among other shows, this wonderful actress was in. Her name was June Lockhart, and I had the privilege of meeting her at the American Banjo Museum a few years ago. And it seems that her dad, Gene Lockhart, wrote the words to "The World is Waiting for the Sunrise." It was published in 1919, and that song has been recorded over the years, well over 100 different versions by different singers and instrumentalists. I'm going to play my version of it. Of course, Les Paul recorded it in 1951, and I'm going to do my version now. The world is waiting for the sunrise. Now, I was on my way home from a gig one time, and I was playing around with this song that I knew forever, but I never played it on the banjo. But I figured it out, and I was on the way to the gig, and I stopped at my dad's house and say, "Hey, Dad, I got this song. I know you know it, but I want to play it with you." And we played it together for the first time, and it worked out real well, except that was the last time I played banjo with him. So, it's called "I'll See You in My Dreams." want to pay homage to the one who figuratively wrote my payroll checks for about 50 years. Well, my time with this show is just about up, but I hope that I have time to do just one more little song here. When my dad traveled on the road in the 1940s with the Horace Heidt show, he used to play this song. It's actually the one that he won the competition in the beginning and then played it from city to city all around the country. And the press really dug this song. They used to call him Chinatown Pat because he played this song, Chinatown. And so Abe Aaron was the arranger for Horace. And Dick Contino, the flashy accordion player, was also on the show. And Horace Heidt said to Abe Aaron, he says, I want you to make an arrangement for Pat of Chinatown and give him one of those flashy endings, you know, with the chromatic endings. So he did. So this is a little rendition here of Chinatown. Thanks a lot, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. See you later.